Alright, hey guys, it's me. I'm making a video on how to take apart the top of the Crosman Stinger p311 so that you can get to the spring and everything inside here. Sorry, I forgot where I put my clear one, because if you've watched any of my videos, I got two of these guns in a pack, so sorry about that. This is the only gun I know where it's at. It's my custom black painted one. I know they sell one black, but at the time they didn't sell it. So, and of course it's got the upgraded spring that I put in there and the Colt hand grips that go all the way around. Alright, so let's get to the disassembly of the upper for this video, because I'm sure you can figure out the lower all on your own. Alright, first what you're going to want to do is right here, you're going to want to push that little dot out. You push that, it pushes this side out so that this becomes loose. Just pull that out. I'm sure you've done this already before. So you pull that out, and then the two parts come apart. So I'm just going to put this piece back into the gun where it usually goes so I don't lose it. And I'm going to set the lower assembly off to the side. Now here's what we have left. Just the upper assembly. What you want to do next is you want to basically, alright, this is the tricky part. This is why I need to film it on my laptop and not with my iPod, is so that I can use both my hands for this part. Basically what you want to do is you want to take this part right here, this part at the back. This there's the front, this would be the back. Sorry if this video is really bad. I'm looking at another screen off to this side over there, and everything's backwards, so if I go left it goes to the right on the screen. So basically what you want to do is this. You want to pull these apart, so stretch it, and while doing that you want to basically push down on the silver part. Let's see if I can still do this. I haven't done this in a long time. There's no need for me to, so try doing it this way. Basically what I usually do is I'll grab a screwdriver, so just a flathead screwdriver, doesn't need to be anything fancy, and put that in here like so. That way, and just basically bend it until it comes out. While you're always going to want to be putting pressure on the silver part. Alright, so it'll end up twisting out. Don't worry about that twisting part. It won't break as long as you do it right. It might creak a lot, like you can obviously hear it creaking, I'm sure. But basically, if you can see that, it's starting to pop out on the side. Just keep pushing it, it'll eventually just pop right out. If you get it right, shouldn't need to use the screwdriver that much. Just make sure it doesn't pop back in on you, because then you gotta start all over. What I usually do is I'll push the barrel all the way out. That'll make it sometimes easier. Yeah, this is very hard to get out. They meant it so that it wouldn't basically be able to come out, but it can be done. I mean, I've done it before, so. And trust me, I've never broken this, so. What sometimes I'll do is I'll stick the screwdriver in there just to hold it. So, as you can see now, this part's starting to fall out. Sorry it took so long. I haven't done this in a while. But basically what you can see now is that this is completely turned pretty much sideways, and you can start seeing the little silver inlay that's popping out the side. And just keep pushing on it until it eventually comes out. It will eventually just roll out. There we go. Alright, so here's the upper plastic part of it. See? Completely empty now. So there's that. Just gonna set that over here, and that basically on the gun just slides on. That doesn't actually do anything. That's not what locks it on. Whoops. Whoops, I just locked it on with the hammer. Anyway, I'll get that off in it. And here's what you're left with. You got your recoil spring, which goes into might as well get this out now. 1 second. Bear with me. I'm going to use this tool to get that off. Uh-oh. I guess I could just do this. Duh. Stupid. That'll work. I hope. Alright. Sorry about that. So, the recoil spring. I don't know why that got turned. Here's the recoil spring. That slides into this part. And for the recoil. So that when you pull the slide back, the spring gets tensioned and then it shoots forward again. That's what that's for. You got your outer barrel, just a piece of plastic. That's what goes around the recoil spring, so that when you pull the slide back, it goes back forward and then goes back into a firing position. It's also what grabs the BBs. And you got your outer barrel, your inner barrel, which might seem locked on. That's okay. There's a little clip over the inner barrel, right here, that just comes off easily. Then there's a small pin. Don't lose that pin, because that pin's what holds it on. So if I flip this over, here's that pin. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting is very bright. There, that's better for the most part. There's that pin. Here's your inner barrel. This is the one from the Colt version of this gun. Again, sorry for the lighting. A little bit better. So the Crosman one will be a little bit different. I think it's a little shorter too. So there's that. Then you got another small little thing that comes off easily. It's another one of those little clip things that comes off. Make sure you get that order back together right, otherwise you'll be in a world of hurt. Then what you do is to get the spring out, what you need to do is you need to take the screwdriver or something like that, push the spring in, and then it should just fall right off. Hopefully not shoot all over the place. Let me find my spring real quick. Crap, where did the spring go? Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't expect it to go flying out. There's the spring. So that's the spring, the inner spring. This is the one from the Colt, that's why it's a little bit gold colored instead of what it would be silver. You got your plunger for the compression part, the spring. This part holds the spring, like so. And then you got this back plate, which holds that part that holds the spring. The back plate is very important. Make sure that doesn't get broken. And that all just snaps together. Those are the only components in there. Basically what you want to do is you can stretch out the spring to make it more powerful, put a bigger spring in there. I don't care. And to put it back together, you just go in reverse. You want to put this smaller version of the clip. Make sure these prongs, there's little prongs on them right here. Make sure those go toward the silver part. So it might be a little tricky to put on at first, because it also has these pieces right here. You can see that against my finger. So and then that should just slide right on back once it gets on all the way. Alright, and that just slides back as far as it can go. Then you want to put your barrel back on, the inner part, put the pin in, the pin will just fall in, and then this part, you want to make sure that you can see there's little stoppers there. You want to make sure the stoppers are not on the pin, so you want the flat part on the pin, and again that just snaps on like that. So now you got basically the entire workings of the gun right here, minus the lower part. Then you put your outer barrel over the inner barrel, like so, just like that. And yes, this little piece right here is what that first peg from the beginning of the video pulls out or connects to hold the gun to the actual lower part. Your recoil spring just slides over that. Then when you put it back into the upper assembly, put the barrel in first, like so. Push it in until it starts popping out the other side. And it might get stuck, like right now it's a little bit stuck. That's perfect, because then you can just push it back into the upper assembly. And it will snap in. You'll be able to hear when it's in. Make sure it's in all the way, because if it's not in all the way, it will get stuck. Mine's not in all the way. Alright, now it's in all the way. When it's in all the way, you should be able to push this straight forward, and it should go all the way forward. I'm going to take that pin back out, the one that I put in earlier so I didn't lose it. Put the upper assembly back onto the lower assembly. Make sure it lines up properly. Then you should have a clear hole through there. So right through there it should be completely clear. Yep. Sorry, I'm having troubles with my camera. Down, that. Anyway, you get the gist. So like right through there. Then you want to put your pin back in. This little pin. That should go in easy, and then that's how you take apart the upper assembly. Sorry this video was so long. I was having a couple of troubles, but you should get the gist of it. It basically is just you're gonna end up pushing that silver part down until it eventually it will literally start rolling out. So basically it'll start doing this. So take this as the barrel and this is the silver part. It will literally start to roll like this, and eventually you'll have to pull the barrel forward so that you can continue to roll it out until it eventually comes up. So that's basically it. Make sure your magazine's always out before you take off the upper assembly, because your BBs will go flying everywhere. Alright, thanks for watching this video. If you have any more questions, comment on my channel or message me. Thanks.